Welcome to TradeTheMBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 5th, and well, we had a little bit more deterioration. We're caught in between this green ABM right now. Put the values up there for the ES. Right there is the 2180 is the bottom side of this. We're at 92 right now. We're still holding just fine. We're still caught in this doldrum here. We had a little bit of support from short-term buyers with the rise of the steel right here, but still no commitment from long-term or even mid-term buyers at this particular point. Shorts are heavily invested into this setup, so the expectation is that they're looking for big down, and if it doesn't happen very shortly here, I think there's going to be some trouble. Now, where there has been trouble, obviously, is already in the NASDAQ, and we already detailed all the reasons for that. Nothing about that has changed. It's going to be interesting to see how it all unfolds. There's still quite a few days. Obviously, you had some of the recount stuff, a little uncertainty. As some of that stuff gets resolved, and there obviously is going to be the electors voting, that's going to obviously change certain perceptions as to the certainty of where things are headed. Plus, some more picks would be interesting from a Trump administration to determine where things are going and how likely they are to go. Whether there'll be cohesive unity or if it's going to be fraction. And we already know that it's difficult to get things passed and through, and if there seems to be resistance to that, that's going to cause some additional problems. But right now, you're getting consolidation, which means money is sort of stagnant. And when that happens, potential volatility increases. Euro took a slight improvement. Obviously, you have the referendum that took place, just a little while ago here in Italy. The results are not in, so we'll see how that starts to play out when futures open and once we have a clear understanding of where things are at, which could be interesting as far as impacting the U.S. if the euro continues to fall, puts pressure on S&P companies. That could put a little strain on the market. Bonds still down in the doldrums. Actually, can even lower that entry a little bit further. We're even below the ABM yellow. I mean, that's even a pivot point for aggressive traders at this point. You get the crossover for green here for some time. The problem has just been that no reset of short-term buyers. So it's only short-term buyers that have been holding up TLT at this particular point, so bonds are still suffering. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a 107, 108 in the near future. Just don't see any impetus behind stopping that. Oil seeing a pop back up, still difficult for it to sustain. It's going to be retraced. There's just a little euphoria here right now in the idea that there could be some potential controls. You're right back up at the peaks here that we've seen. Nothing surprising. I mean, a lot of this downdraft was a little excessive. Now, that is actually a positive factor U.S.-wise. So you've got some conflicting situations that are actually net positive, I think, for the market in general. And gold not doing anything because it's still stuck. Just stuck because there's no real clear indication that you're seeing any kind of significant or robust inflation in any way, shape, or form. The unemployment number was stupid coming out. Fine, you're down to 4.9% when you have a record number of 85 million people not working. It's just stupid. It's just dumb already to even look at that. Any trader that you think is using that as a basis for determining whether things are improving or not, I wouldn't really rely on too much. The ES here, we had decent beginnings to some resets here with the rising red and everything, and then it sort of tapped out here as we got to the warning line secondarily here, and then as we started to break down below the ABM, and it pretty much just stayed that way. It was sort of an inconsistent flopping around, as I like to put it. So I don't know that we've gotten any clarity. We have funds with new set of money. That leads me more to a bias for the long side because they have fresh resources. We're going to see early on if they start applying them, and that would be a significant move. Obviously, the uncertainty of the euro situation should be clarified by the time the market opens up, and we'll have a better idea of where things are at. So we're going to look for that, and we will take the signals as they come. As always, though, trade well. We'll talk again later.